Hey man, how you been? Good. I'm just countering my typically crippling depression by doing things that I think are meaningful, although outside reflection seems to suggest that only I really value them, so I could simply just be keeping my mind so gosh-a-doo-doo that it cannot collapse in on itself, which is a fact I have to ignore in order to not feel miserable. However, my obsession with living a truthful life prevents this willful blindness, so although I feel fantastic right now, I question the future stability given extended predecessor. How are you?
Good. Yeah.
Nice! Sick chat. I wanted to come up with a word for the face that people make when they're reacting to an unexpectedly truthful answer. Because a lot of human interactions, they get super monotonous, we're all doing the same thing, and we all get used to it, we're kind of just going through the motions. And then someone says the truth, and you're like, oh shit, we're going there. And I love seeing that face every time. It's like they're aghast, they're surprised, eyebrows and eyes raised a little bit, chin pulls back and in a little bit, mouth maybe a little bit of gape. What I want to call it is the Ochook, because it's kind of having the reaction of, oh, truth? They're going to say the truth right now? Plus, it's a look on the face, and usually people look shook when that happens. So that's kind of why we have those elements. I went with the CH just because it sounds a little bit more smooth than like Ochook, so we're going with Ochook. And I can cause this for people a fair amount because I'm quite at school willing to say the truth in a lot of scenarios, and I can throw uncomfortable information out there. For example, in a recent Daily Do, I shit myself, so I will be making a video to see if you can figure out which moment it actually happened at. So that'll be coming out soon, because it's good to build up that comfortability, that trust, and people are just usually so surprised that you can be comfortable with something that's usually not shared or just abnormal, and that's when you can see things like this.
Why don't you bring that juicy ass over here and hop in Daddy's new whip?
Excuse me? Oh.
And she demonstrates an awesome Ochook there. Throwing out those uncomfortable truth bombs can actually do wonders for you in certain scenarios. And I'll give you a specific example of where I saw the Ochook face. And it was interviewing with Bungie for the gameplay specialist position. Pretty exclusive role that 3 people or so get to do a year. And I had no work experience in the gaming industry at that time. They're trying to gauge kind of my communication ability and expertise of the game, and I'm talking about things that I think could be a little bit better, that could be improved, and what people are going to think about certain directions that they may go. And then I'm like, all right, let's take a recent example. You guys just announced that you're going to bring back the Fellwinter's Lie, a old shotgun that used to be very overpowered, in fact had a perk that was so damaging that you'd had to do something you've never done before with completely removing the perk from the game, and now you are just going to be handing it out like candy with the most strong set of perks that are possible on a shotgun at this time, in an era where that weapon type is already extraordinarily frustrating. From a community that's already rather toxic, all of that's gonna piss them off. So of course, as I start getting into that rant, they all kind of go like, oh, okay, he's really gonna rail into this right now. Being able to talk straight up to them and what they can improve and do better is crucial, especially for the role that I was going for. So that honesty and being able to say what's really uncomfortable and what they're not expecting can be so helpful. And that's a really fond memory of me, is being in that interview and just seeing them be like, oh shit, okay, he's just gonna call us out right now. And it got me the best job I've ever had, maybe will ever have, and helped me get into the gaming industry. So sparking up some Ochooks is not a bad thing all the time. And it can just be pretty damn fun. And usually, even though it's a look of kind of being aghast and surprised and like, oh shit, usually you're kind of liking it. It's typically refreshing. You're like, okay, I'm actually seeing genuine stuff right now. Not what I'm used to, but I'm digging it. So I am all about the Ochook. Love seeing it on people's faces. Let's move on to our song and video of the day. Outside reflection seems to suggest that only I see value in them, so I could just be fucking myself in the ass. Song of the day is Year Zero by Ghost. This is a song that could inspire an entire lot of Ochooks when you say that you like it, because it's really a satanic song. And this band is great. I've described them quite a few times as like satirical, silly Satan songs. This one sounds a little bit more serious. It's not very goofy, and I mean the chorus is... So yeah, that one's pretty direct. But it is a pretty banger song once you get past that initial hurdle that could hold you back. And it is also kind of funny because their song Mary on a Cross is kind of taking off on TikTok. So I'm sure there's a ton of people that are eventually going to be like, oh my gosh, do you know what this band is actually about? And there'll probably be plenty of pushback, even though they're just the goofiest fuckers ever at the same time. Then for the video of the day, it's Hey Sweetie. This is an awesome video. They've got like some catcalling that is actually going to the dudes, to the bros, and the girl demonstrates a fabulous Ochook. So I wanted to feature that, and this is just a classic video. I don't know if this is really the original. My guess is no. I had trouble finding the actual creator on YouTube of this, so I'm not certain who it is, but it is legit nonetheless. That's what we got for the Daily Do. Peace out.